So let's take a look at this video that we saw. This was released this week, and of course, our good friend of the show, Susan Calloway, doing the vocals.
We hang out on occasion
for Revelations, the song. The
Revolutions.
Is it Revolution? I thought it was
it's literally right there.
Revolutions.
Yeah, it's Revolution.
Oh, okay.
like a war.
Somebody, I don't know where I picked that up from.
It's probably a Scalia. He's dumb.
Where did I? Where
you picked it up from the outline?
It's probably because usually the word revolution doesn't have the S at the end, and so
Revolutions
it feels
is
better
weird
to say.
Oh, we haven't heard Revolution since The Matrix.
That's true. That is true. All right, so new track for Revolutions featuring good friend of the show, Susan Calloway. And what was surprising about this video is just kind of how much story exposition that we get.
There's a lot to digest.
I'm a little nervous that they gave us like a lot of big story points here.
Yeah, I feel like they gave away too much in this one.
I kind of think they did too.
Another Square Enix concession. They didn't have time to make like a pre-animated cutscene, so they have to give us.
I was going to say that's what I was most disappointed about. Is it just seems like a giant random mash of the cutscenes, but I think that they might still have some surprises up their sleeve.
All right, so let's kind of take a look at this, sort of like we would limit breaking music segment, where we just play it all the way through.
Oh! I got to give this to Yugi Moto in the chat. Do they even know any story points? They don't play the game.
Well, to be fair, nobody knows if there are any story points.
You're right.
Because nobody's played this game, Stormblood. So,
right.
To be fair, you know what? He's right, though.
Suck it. That didn't hurt us at all.
I know. I play the game. I don't know about y'all. But.
Good burn.
I don't.
I know. Thank you.
Hold up. Let me do some research. I'm going to go learn the story before we talk about this.
Yeah. Someone grab the encyclopedia really quickly. Let's
the lore
binge
book.
It. Yeah, there we go.
Where is my lore book, by the way?
It's right down there. It's like
what is Fritz doing with it?
Fritz doesn't have it. It's on the bookshelf, you dildo.
You pointed to his portrait.
It's not Fritz in the portrait.
What?
Anyway, so let's take a look at the video for Revolutions. We'll let this play in its entirety first, and then we'll go back and watch it and kind of pick it apart for for plot points and stuff like that.
Won't we get flagged?
I mean,
caution to the wind.
Like I said, we should probably talk over it like we do for limit breaking music,
which we can do.
Yeah. Look, this is the campaign event starting.
Huzzah!
Aww.
And there's her beautiful voice.
A lot of this right here is from 3.5.
Yeah, we're getting caught up.
Yeah.
Which that happened with Dragon Songs too.
Yeah, the Dragon Song one was the same way.
Right.
Sultana, her not actually dying.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Nika.
Spoilers for an entire
for Kooky.
Years ago.
Poor
sorry,
Kookie's
Kooky.
still in a realm reborn.
Welcome to your new home base.
I'm not sure that do you guys really feel like this stands out among the trio of songs?
This is my least favorite of the
We've
three.
got between Answers and Dragon Song and Revolutions.
I think so, simply because it's made to be a call to battle, and this feels like you can see the marching band in a war like playing this. Like there's certain parts of the song that are very like a march, like you're walking into battle, and I felt that a lot.
I don't think the video helps. I need to listen to it a few times, like just the song alone to really know. But right off the bat, like right off the rip, it's definitely not as good as like Answers was, for example.
Well, I don't think anything could ever top Answers, personally. But I do really like this.
Well, and I didn't care for Dragon Song that much when it first came out, but now I like it more than I like Answers.
As I say, I agree with when it first came out, it doesn't resonate as much as it does now, because obviously we connect stuff through the story with it. Like, in the lyrics, we can hear certain things, and that's probably going to be very similar too once we play through it. When they say stuff like, families torn, blah, 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 blah.
We'll have a context for that.
A different type of context for it,
right.
Nice Aether rate you got there.
That was the Aether butthole, remember?
This is a very different type of song. Both Answers and Dragon Song were meant to be very don't want to say heart-wrenching, but like slow and powerful, where this is definitely like a call to battle march.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to tackle a different genre with this one.
Yeah, I don't know that it's as uplifting
I agree with that.
as a call to battle should be, right?
I agree with that. There's still a solemnity to it.
Yeah, I think
There is, of course.
a bigger crescendo really would have helped here.
Yes.
You know what it is? It's like when you hear a real good call to arms one was like Terra's theme. When you hear that one reach its crescendo, that one I am ready for battle at the end of.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
I don't know.
Like
I think it's good.
Susan nails it
voice is
singing it again, as always. This is like my dislike of this song is more on Uematsu.
Yeah, it's actually it's a little bit more fundamental and comes down to the composition.
Stern pointed out to me too that the fact that her voice is almost constantly in the upper range, where I feel like Susan's real big vocals come from her lower range, and the song is almost all in the upper octave. So like listen to it; it's all very flighty.
Yeah, especially this part.
This
right
is the
here.
biggest change up in the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
That old Oral looks weird,
Old people are weird, Nika.
but the Oral shit looks
It's canon. Nika thinks old people are weird.
just the Oral. What does that say?
That's both racist and ageist.
I just thought she looked weird.
Only old Aura.
To Nika's racist credit, it's Aura are pretty ugly.
You were in Aura once.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He was not Raw once in much the same way that he was a red mage once.
I should have saw that
Good one,
coming,
Nero.
Ow.
Ow!
Does she run like some of a dominatrix house?
No, she just looks like Gentiana to me
Like,
from 15.
that certainly didn't look like any fun, though.
Well, it depends on your definition of fun.
Oh, fair enough. If he paid for it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sort of depends on what you're into.
I don't care what Yoshi says, that guy is not a pure row. He is definitely half pure.
Prontera in 64 in the chat says Doth Auraki.
Well, I mean, I think we're actually seeing more than a few characters who might be
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Pergola
of
is
mixed
half-six,
race,
too.
yeah.
And you know, a lot of people say that they feel like a lot of this is spoiled. I think this does show us a lot of big moments, but we don't have any context for any of this.
That's true,
or
too.
any of the characters that we're seeing.
That's fair. It's like here's a big battle sequence. Well, yeah, the premise of this whole story is there's a war. Of course, there's a big battle.
Spoiler!
There's gonna be a few of them.
Lisa's outfit is kind of cute.
Nobody cares, Nika.
Really like the crossover they did with Soul Calibur and Mitsurugi.
Wow.
I mean, that samurai guy looks cool, but he does look like every samurai character in everything ever.
Oh, congratulations. Yes, every samurai character, period.
Yep.
in anything ever.
Yeah, he is definitely just Kenshin with a different
June
color palette.
20th.
All right, so looking back on the video, you know, it obviously it opens up here on the top of the tower that we keep seeing in, I guess, just the other side of Baelsar's wall.
Yeah.
Bard's playing horns.
And we also see that downed airship.
Whoa,
so
go back there one scene. Was that a lot? Was that the other side, or was the first people it showed?
yeah,
Because there's a Lamia like fighting alongside them.
Yeah.
it sure is.
That's the new Beast Tribe.
Yep.
Wow, like that early in the beginning? Well, I guess
We don't know if it's in the beginning.
You're right. It's not
This is the beginning
it's
of
not necessarily
It's
linear.
the end of the
It's the
game.
beginning of the trailer.
But I didn't, for some reason, like make that connection that first time. That's cool.
Lakshmi is our bro or sis.
Sis.
I mean,
Sister
I guess
from
it
another
could be a
mister.
bro. I mean,
these
allow me a Fudakak.
these headpieces right here are really interesting too. What are those? I mean,
That's just the healer PvP gear.
The right in front of
Griffin
us, that head, what, that does look weird.
Yeah. I like
I think-
their cool curved blades too.
I mean, and the fact that
They're very
they seem to be
blue-magey.
fighting with the Lamia. That maybe this is, I don't know, a faction or
Oh
something.
yeah, that
See,
could be.
that's what I was thinking. Maybe there's some type of like faction out there that is either a coalition of beastmen, or it's just like a big amalgamation of different races and tribes and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's continue. Yeah, because it looks like they're coming to blows with the Eorzean Alliance. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Nice.
I think.
flag.
Yeah, this is.
So here's all our 3.56 stuff.
Yeah. I think we can actually bump
Sloppy.
this up. We'll bump this up a little bit. Here we go. Finally to
All right.
Ralgar's Reach.
See, here's the thing. Like, do you still think this is going to be like our Idleshire, where we're not going to get there until the end of?
They said it was going to be like our Idleshire, right?
Yeah, but are we going to get there earlier? Is my question.
We don't necessarily have to get there later in the game for it to be our Idleshire.
We just have in the past couple times. I wonder if we're going to get there earlier on this time and kind of use it as our home base.
I mean, even with Idleshire, we got there. It was like what, around like level 56, 57.
Yeah,
that's pretty late.
Because it's the third zone.
I feel like we need to get there easier if we're trying to like rally our troops and prepare for a war. We're not going to get there later. We're going to get there early and like set up a base and establish ourselves.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to kind of get to Ralgar's Reach in much the same way like we started off in
Revenant's Toll.
No, in Heaven's Ward, the first city, Ishgard. Yeah,
Ishgard.
Yeah, in Ishgard, like that was kind of our home base for a little bit. I feel like Ralgar's Reach is just going to double as that in this time.
Oh, just be both instead of having. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Because it doesn't make sense to me for like if we're hitting like level 67 and we're just now getting to Ralgar's Reach.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think they'll mix it up a little bit because it does make sense that we have to go up into Alamigo before we decide to go over to Doma, and then Kugane then would serve as what Ishgard did, but we get there later instead of getting there early.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. It
would be nice if we actually got like Alamigo as a zone, yet we have yet to see any of it.
No, I don't expect it. I do not expect Alamigo to show up as a
Alamigo proper.
Yeah. I think it'll be an instance. Maybe.
4-man dungeon.
I wish we could liberate it and then use that as a base.
I mean, that would be super cool, but I don't see. I mean, do you really see something like that happening?
If that was a thing, we would have seen pictures of it by now.
Yeah. I feel like that would have been like a central selling point or a feature.
I'm really confused about this expansion. Like they've been saying, like, okay, we're going to Alamigo. The end of the storylines, we're going to Alamigo, and then that fan fest in Japan comes out, and we're like, you're going to Doma, and we're like,
what if
Alamigo could be like Oz's Law?
I was just going to bring that up.
there.
Yeah, what if they use that as sort of like the high level end zone where it's constantly there, or at least parts of it, sections of the city are constantly under siege or battle.
Because that's like where we will fight Xenos
via fates.
I don't know. I don't know, because that's the thing is I don't want to project onto this expansion more than what we should be.
You're willing to suffer?
Because that's the thing. I really feel like our attention is going to be drawn to Doma very quickly.
I agree.
I think so too, which is why I don't understand why the whole story was like, with the rebel group trying to go take back Alamigo, and there's all this that's literally like just surrounding Alamigo, and then they're like, no, we're going to Doma, guys. I don't understand what they're trying to do with this expansion at all.
The bit about Doma was so tacked on in 3.5. It didn't show up till 3.56, right? Mm-hmm. Not till the very end. Yeah. And
until Reinhardt came into the picture.
It's really weird if they're going to direct us away from Alamigo early. That's super disappointing because, like, that's what I'm waiting for in this expansion.
And Alamigo is some of the coolest lore in all of the places in this world.
It's definitely been built up for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing: can Alamigo support an entire expansion all by itself?
That's what I thought this was supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Square Enix doesn't think so.
Because I think they don't, because this is supposed to be the liberate the Garlean places expansion, and then the next expansion is going to be when we go to Garlemald. After that, we're going to be going way far the fuck away, I assume.
It'd be off continent, I would think, after Garlemald.
Like maybe Maricidia.
Yeah.
Or Ivalice.
That giant Godzilla. That Godzilla.
Anyway, so by the way, those hooded
dudes.
The helms show up here too. So. All right. Just continuing on in the video. I mean, we're throwing a whole bunch of characters, and clearly from their character design, they're supposed to be significant characters. And we also get our first shots of Garlemald. This is I think our first
is it?
That's Garlemald?
It could be a Garlean outpost, like a more established long-term Garlean outpost. But I think, when you talk about things like Garlean architecture and stuff like that, this could be what we're talking about. Or it could be Alamigo.
That's what I thought this was Alamigo.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it makes a little bit more sense, yeah.
I would be really surprised if they show us anything more more of Garlemald than just like the outskirts. Like,
especially because isn't that Xenos and he's the one who's in control of Alamigo, right?
yeah, my guess will be at the end of the expansion, like 4.55, will be us like crossing the Garlean border into Garlemald.
Okay.
I think it definitely is. I think if this was...
I think that Alamigo's definitely been rebuilt up with Garle and things in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Because the original Alamigo was not only destroyed within themselves with their monk factions and their corrupt king, but then when Garlemald came in, they pretty much devastated the area and probably rebuilt it up in their own vision.
It would make sense that they rebuilt it with Garlean architecture instead of Alamigan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we also get first real good shot of Xenos.
Does he have multiple katanas?
Yeah, he has a...
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
I
he's
could
got
not
a
figure
holster.
that out.
He's got a holster with like 4 katanas in it.
No. That is a katana quiver. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Okay, I could not figure out for the life of me, but yeah. That's
I'm sure there's a gun in there too. So he's got a gun quiver.
But Kylo, like when I first saw this, I'm like, does this guy have a Gatling gun? What is this?
That is some Attack on Titan level shit right there.
It does seem to be a little bit extreme. The other thing that is, clearly visible, the blonde hair, which I gotta say, I feel like it's a fucking dead giveaway as to the identity.
Wait, who do you think?
Wait, but don't...
He's definitely Xenos.
All Garleans, or the majority of Garleans we've seen
Yeah, they
have
have
blonde hair.
Yeah, blonde
right?
hair, yeah.
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 I mean, but
Have we ever seen a Garlean that didn't have blonde hair?
I don't think so.
I mean, Sid has white hair.
That's blonde
old.
enough.
He's old.
We don't. Well,
It's
we
in
don't.
the same category as blonde, and like Lucia and Livia both have blonde hair.
I
I'll bet you they all have blue eyes too.
I'm telling you,
they're just like Targaryens, okay?
Xenos is Yida.
I see.
No,
I
no.
actually agree with
get
you.
out.
I think so
Xenos
too.
is Yida. That's what I'm telling you.
I was
Okay.
on that train, but there's something later on in the trailer that I think has
the
changed my
actual
mind.
lore though of Yida and Lys was that they escaped during this. They went to Charlayan and then they were separated at that point. And Lys hit out with Charlayan and Yida is who knows where. There's no way she would be in any position in Alamigo like this at all.
Yeah, because there's never been a storyline where someone has thought, look, our people are so oppressed right now and I can't do anything from out here, but maybe if I was able to infiltrate, I could help at least make things better for them from the inside. Yeah, that seems completely...
but except on the other hand we've also been promised that we are going to hate Xenos by the end, and that would give him a sympathetic eye.
I don't know that it would.
Xenos is a dude. Shut the fuck up.
I don't know that it would. I mean,
Also, Yida is definitely a pugilist, not a samurai. Come on.
Well,
we don't know. Hey, you know what?
We do know that. They're from Alamigo, and Lys was pretending to be Yida as a pugilist. She took on that mantle.
Guys, in the chat...
We might well get to go to Tunisia.
what was that?
Maybe I will go to Tunisia.
What fucking voice is that, Juxta?
I didn't change it. That's what you had.
Actually, it might be. Anyway, Yoshiyuki in the chat says that Yoshi has said that Xenos is the son of the Emperor. Is that true?
I don't recall that, but I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not possible.
Yeah, that's true. Sure.
Are you sure? Can we flash the Ethos signal?
Just asking that one question.
Yeah, thanks for waking up in the middle. Oh wait, no, he lives in America now. I don't feel bad anymore. Call him up.
Does he?
That might be right, but that's the thing, though, is that that's what we know of the character.
People
That's
are all
what we
saying-
are told of the character. That's different from what the truth of the character will be. And if it turns out that Xenos is Yida,
Look at the size
Oh my
of
god!
him,
Don't even
though.
say that anymore.
Look at the size of him, though. Like, is that all just power armor he's wearing?
yeah, why not?
I think young Tigga says it sums it up best in the chat. Nika is dumb, but I don't think that is Yida.
Emphasis on the Nika is dumb.
Well,
else would you emphasize?
but you're not. But Nika's not really providing any evidence that it's not. I mean, granted, there's
Yeah,
not.
oh my god! It's a dude.
You don't know that.
We can't tell that. Now look, at the same time, the evidence that we have is all circumstantial. Blonde hair. Well, they all have
Okay,
blonde
you can
hair.
read it right
Yeah.
on the fucking
Right.
character page. Leader of the 12th Legion and the Crown
Okay,
Prince
Nika.
of the Garlean Empire.
Nika! Oh my god! Oh my god! You were tricking the fuck out of me. The first rule of storytelling is that you don't know anything. If I come in and tell you, guess what? We just killed Juxta. You don't know that Juxta's dead. You only know that we told you that.
Clearly, because not even Nanamo can.
Because Nail was Nail. Jesus fucking Christ, Nika.
Okay.
Was
Okay.
Nail wasn't
Xenos is
even
Yida,
fucking
I
Nail.
swear to God, I will quit the game on stream.
Good. I hope you do.
Oh my! Now I really want it to
I
be
really
Yida.
want it to be
It's
Yida
not.
now.
Because it's not.
That's the best.
That's how sure I am.
You're
you guys
full
are
of shit.
No, you are.
You don't know. You don't know. That would be one of the most that would be the most compelling thing that they could do with the character, and it would make you hate her. It would make you hate her. Whatever she's doing now. If you found out that she was originally that was originally Yida, come on.
But
that would drive the heat so much more.
Was Xenos the original person who took over Alamigo, or was Alamigo given to him after it was already taken?
Oh my God, Nika, your fucking lore chops are terrible. It was taken over by Gaius.
Yeah, you're
No,
thinking that
that's right.
Xenos is the one who put down the Doman rebellion.
There was a civil
right.
war. They tried to take out the Mad King. There was a civil war, and that power vacuum led Gaius to come in and just take the city without conflict.
Yep.
Children, behave.
So no, Xenos wasn't the one that initiated this. He inherited it. She, whatever.
Yep.
Xenos inherited it.
Yeah,
so
and for all of you people saying stuff like, "Oh, what about the last name and this and that?" For 2 expansions, we thought and accepted without anything that Lise was Yida.
And just so you know,
And not
I
just-
don't accept that Alphino is Alphino. I think he's Alice.
Oh my God.
even
Stop.
dude, even when we were shown that Nail wasn't Nail, everyone just called Nail until we got the backstory in the fucking lore book. Nobody knew that. There was no way to be able to discern that. That was confusing as shit. When did Nail turn into a woman? That was really fucking confusing. But guess what? They did it. I mean, that's what the canon is. So you don't really know. And I think
In this case, I do.
And we're not even saying that.
no, that's just what you want. You're just projecting what you want onto the situation.
We're also not saying that Xenos has always been Yida, but just at some point she could have easily taken his place.
Exactly.
Well,
I don't know about
different
that.
argument
That's different, and I don't think
It's a
so.
completely different
She
argument.
did not kill the prince and take his place. Like, hey, Prince, when'd you lose your dick? That's
And then
weird.
she's just gonna continue to
Why are you
oppress
looking
her
at my
own
dick?
people. Like,
He's in armor the whole
out.
time.
I'm sure he takes his armor off.
You don't have
So
to
you can
take
see
it off.
his dick?
You don't have to take it off in front of people, though.
But I mean, I think that's a pretty compelling question to answer. What would drive Yida to make a turn like that? And there could
Nothing.
be a variety of things. You could find out. I mean, that you could place some of the heat on the Garlean Empire for what they did to brainwash her. If she was brainwashed
That
into
very well
becoming
could be.
Xenos,
no, I
then
think.
But here's the thing: is like that wouldn't make me hate Xenos.
you're right.
And I've been
Yeah, I
promising
think it
something
would
that
No,
be
wouldn't
really
make me hate him.
nice
but whatever
and
Xenos
tragic.
does during the story can make you hate Xenos, and then at the very end,
All right.
Xenos becomes a
No.
slightly more sympathetic
No, I
character.
think if
bullshit.
Yida does
I don't
become a
want
character
that.
that we fight that is brainwashed for the Empire, I think that would be actually really cool and tragic and a nice story plot
Exactly.
element. But it's not
Yeah.
going to be in the place of Xenos.
Dude, no. If this is Lise is brainwashed and she's actually Xenos, that is so contrived.
You
and
mean
stupid.
Yida?
Or Yida? Yeah, sorry, whatever. Yida Lise.
Well,
Oh
actually,
my God, that's who's taking us to evil Lise.
It's kind of a pretty important distinction here, considering that Lisa's on our side.
Little bit.
Astalia.
Fine,
little bit.
whatever.
Little bit. How is that contrived?
Haven't we seen enough things where the bad guy was just brainwashed all along?
Well,
Not in 14.
no, here's the thing. We don't know again, and a lot of people like to claim or think that we do know, but we don't know for sure where exactly the Yida Lise switch happened
Sure.
for our character.
Here-
We don't know with 100% certainty that the character that we knew in 1.0 was either Yida or Lise, right?
No, it
with
was
that,
Lise.
with that possibility out
It was definitely
there,
Lisa in 1.0.
how do you know that?
Because her entire, like, she had the circle or the Scion tattoo in 1.0, correct? Or
Yeah, but
the
she has-
Charlene tattoo, I mean.
Well, she had it now too, but
Right.
didn't
Well, what I'm
actually
saying is
mean anything.
her whole backstory is they went and escaped to Charlene together. She took refuge and hid within Charlene and became like, even though she's not really a scholar, they hid her as one of them and made it. And then she traveled back with the circle of knowing from Charlene
Right,
to
but-
the other places. So in 1.0 it was definitely Lisa.
But it's not made clear at what point Yida goes missing.
Right.
The real Yida.
The real Yida.
Not distinctly, no.
And when when Lise assumes her identity, we don't know. It was vaguely said about 6 years ago, but we don't know because of the time bubble where exactly we are in those 6 years.
Right. Where we got spit out and where we got taken in.
Right. So we don't know exactly who we knew during 1.0. Okay.
Yeza in the chat is saying that Yida died before 1.0, and that is confirmed by the lore book.
How is that confirmed by the fucking lore book?
Yeah, we're gonna need more than just the lore book confirmed it. Like cite a passage.
I'm gonna start digging through it right now.
But if they're gonna go this route and they're gonna have Ida be Xenos, then I want it to be something along the lines of she propped up the Civil War that allowed Gaius to walk in, and that was later rewarded with control of Alamigo for it, and that will make me hate her the way I was promised I would. I want a villain to hate, not someone who ends up being sympathetic.
I don't think you're ever going to get that out of Square Enix ever.
Then
You're
don't
never
care.
going to get it.
Then I don't care.
I
want someone to hate for
what
once.
Square Enix bad guy since fucking Kefka has been 100% pure evil? Seriously, name one.
I'm trying.
Seriously,
I'm trying.
Genova?
Nah.
That's an alien.
Yeah,
Ultimecia?
That was an entity more than anything else. No.
Yes.
Ultimecia?
Ultimecia is evil and just evil. That's it.
But Ultimecia isn't even really revealed
No,
as
not at all.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I get
you're
it.
fighting sorcerers that whole time.
I get it. And it's just, aren't you sick of that a little bit? Of these villains who always have to have some level of redemption to them? Can't someone be evil?
No, I don't expect.
Seymour.
I just don't expect it out of
Hated Seymour.
Seymour's a fucking asshole.
Seymour?
He wasn't evil. He was an asshole.
I just don't expect it out of Square Enix anymore. I think everyone suffers from the Darth Vader syndrome.
Then don't, Yoshi, promise me a villain to hate. If I've wanted a villain to hate now in this game forever, and you're
Bartandalus.
Bartandal's not bad. I don't know.
But it was FF13.
Yeah, but it was 13. That's the issue.
Well, yeah, that's why you hated him.
But again, these are
'Cause you were playing Final Fantasy
these are
13.
not your main antagonists. These are not the people who are should be driving your heat for the entire game, right? Kefka was. Kefka was a persistent fucking asshole and the incarnate of evil the entire time.
And he's regarded as one of the best villains they've had.
Yes!
That's what I mean. Like, I cannot do another villain who winds up being, not so bad.
Bartandalus. You never liked Bartandalus. He was never good.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
He was always taunting you, always being an owl, always shooting you with smiles of Thanosian.
I'm telling you. I think it would.
He wasn't very good.
I think it would be compelling and interesting to figure out if that's the case. What was the circumstances that drove her to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine if it's something like she's like, this Civil War sucks. I see a way where I can get control of things and I can run it better. I'm fine with that.
That would be interesting.
You're still doing awful things and I still hate you for it. Good. I will go that. But if it turns out that she's brainwashed and not doing it of her own will, then I hate it.
There's a variety of different things that could happen in this scenario. And
I'm just telling you, if it turns out brainwashing, you're going to think it's cheap. It's going to feel cheap as fuck.
Well, if I'm calling the twist now, it's going to feel cheap no matter what it is.
Well, yeah, maybe better off it's not Ida. I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, like anyone like, I get feedback all the time, like, man, you only think that you're ever right. No, I want to be wrong. I'm just calling it the way that when you cover Square Enix games for fucking 10 years, you can kind of start seeing the patterns start to emerge.
I'd be totally okay with fighting Yida at some point as a plot character, but not as Xenos.
The fact that Yida is dead, air quotes, dead, I don't fucking buy it. I mean, just as a plot point,
she's
I
not
don't fucking buy it at all.
Oh, I absolutely believe she's alive. What she's doing, I don't know. Maybe she's Xenos.
She's
maybe
later
not.
on in the trailer, guys. Just relax.
But if she's like the secret leader of the resistance, that's going to be just as dumb and contrived. At least a compelling heel turn in there. I'd be like, all right, well, I want to find out.
How cool would a scene with Lise fighting Ida be? I'd be into that.
Yeah,
No, I'd
want to watch
I
that.
honestly think that will happen.
Yeah,
at some point.
that'd be great. All
See,
right.
but then you've got to put Ida on the other side, and how do you do that?
Yeah, you got to put her somewhere on the bad side. I agree.
That's right. So I'm not that fucking crazy. Thank you.
It's not crazy for her to somehow have been taken back to the other side and forced to work for them or brainwashed, but not as Xenos.
Gag.
All right, so we're seeing more of the zone. There's also ship scenes, which we knew that we would be getting, some kind of
Man,
ship.
that large tower is familiar.
This is
Where did you see
that dominatrix chick from later, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hyur? There's no horns on her, right?
No, I don't see any.
She's for sure here. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Hyur.
I think some type of political figure from Doma.
Yes.
Well, she's the keeper of Kugane. She's
Guys,
evil.
we
She
read
sucks.
all of these
she is.
Blurbs on the air.
Yeah, we found out about her after the last
Remember
live
we
letter.
totally butchered them and read them in really stupid voices. We read all
We
of
sure did. Yeah, we might have read hers in a real dumb voice.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. No, she is the
says
keeper
that,
of Kugane.
she
She's
is the
evil?
Imperial Viceroy of Doma.
Well, I don't know if she's evil, but she's a bitch.
Yep, she says a cruel, sadistic ruler. She harbors a deep hatred for Domans.
That's
Yeah.
hot.
Hence the stepping on someone's head.
You know what? I can harbor a deep hatred for Domans.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You could be on her
look at the
side.
last quote. After it says that under the pretext of purging radical elements, she's perpetrated numerous atrocities against her own people. And then it says, yet all are the hero of their own story.
Yeah, she is
Yes, she has some twist in there.
She murders people under her own guise of, I'm doing what is right. And she's
That's
evil.
fine. She probably murders a few people to save many.
Her entire
In her
Kugane
eyes, yes.
city.
Yeah.
Kugane city.
What was this character's name?
Her name is Yotsuyu.
Okay, she's my new favorite character.
Yotsuyu is your favorite character.
Well, all right,
Lady
second
tits.
favorite. Obviously, Yugiri's above her. Duh.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She should be an interesting character. Just, again, she's kind of an archetype we've seen in anime a lot. So,
Well,
I don't know.
there's going to be a lot of that.
I know, not like to say like that.
Surprise!
If that's going to be my standard, I'm going to have a real hard time with this expansion. but-
You're saying that you're predicting that she's going to be a tsundere?
No, not quite.
Oh, no.
No, tsunderes always have like the arc of coming
Okay.
around.
She would be
She's just
yandere.
evil.
I said
Yandere, if anything.
You pronounced it wrong, Ascali. It's Tsundere. There's
Too
a T.
soon.
There's a T there.
that's right.
tsundere.
That's right.
Tsundere. Tsundere. It's actually French.
Oh, French.
And of course, we have Reinhardt.
Gilgamesh.
No, it's definitely Reinhardt.
Nika, I agree. He's not.
He's not pure Ro. His
No,
face
he can't
is
be.
all Highlander.
Yeah, there is a lot of Highlander
But his
in there.
build is definitely Ro.
Wait, was that the guy from The Matrix 2? What the hell? Was that Seraph?
That does look a
Seraph's
lot.
back.
Great.
All right.
boy.
He's gonna take us to the Oracle.
Good, great.
She's through the Aether butthole.
Can actually, I would kind of be okay with that if we went over to Kugan and suddenly it was the Matrix.
It's Cuck-Ann. Get it right.
Kugan! Oh my god! Oh shit! You just stumbled onto a whole world of trolling. Congratulations.
Oh, good.
Thank you for that joke. That's one that we're going to get tons of mileage out of. By the way, anyone whose dick gets hard for these scenes, we're going to want to hear calls from you later because I think we've got to talk about the scourge on this community that is the weeaboo threat. It is encroaching every day. And finally, there are others out there that
resistance is growing.
exactly. We put out the clarion call, and now other organizations are joining our voice against the weebiness of
Wake
this
up,
bullshit.
brothers and sisters.
Stay woke, motherfucker. Stay woke.
If you identify
420
yourself,
blaze it.
if you're as a weeaboo defender, this may not be the episode for you.
Well, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. You might want to defend
Yeah,
yourself.
you may want to call in and defend your lifestyle because I think we have some. I think we have some shit to put on it. Is that right? Like I feel like I need to take a poop.
Now I'd like to say that be careful because this is a battle that has been growing. So if you call in defense of the weeaboos, you better be ready to bring it.
That's right.
We have some
Square
material.
Up. Square up. Make sure, put on your.
We have allies. Do you?
Put on your big boy and big girl pants and try to defend yourself because your lifestyle is a joke and you're racist too. So anyway, let's continue to take a look at this video here.
It's that new armor on was that was Alice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, her armor looks the same, but Lisa's is different.
Well,
okay, sorry. Yeah. For a second there, it actually looked like armor.
But hang on, look at her stance though with that sword.
She's clearly a
Red mage,
red mage.
obviously.
Look at that stance.
Look at that. Escalia has a new best friend.
That's right.
Oh, good. I get to hang out with Alice. She's going to be my my quest giver.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to learn skills from Alize?
Here's what I hope. I hope that she spends the entire time ripping on me for not completing T13 when it was new content. She's like, well, you couldn't help me before. Maybe if I had taught you then.
You know, I'm actually
Just be a real shithead about it the entire time.
I like it.
I'm kind of jealous because I feel like, you obviously had, being a dragoon through Heaven's Ward, you had one of the main characters, sharing the same job as you, and now you got the same thing going into...
See, here's the thing, though. Like, you didn't get a ton out of that, and your quest giver wasn't Estinian.
True.
And so, yeah, it was like your quest giver's still that loser over in Surthus who sucks.
All right.
I just want to point out that Alize has clearly been doing some work in the Palace of the Dead because she has one of those
glowy swords.
She does, yeah.
But she did
does.
not get above 100,
She doesn't have the
though,
Kino
obviously.
weapon. No, she's not that good.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, more excited for Red Mage now.
Yeah, I'm actually excited that we get to see more Alice, period, because she only came in near the end of Heaven's Ward.
So we
Because like she appeared in the very beginning cutscene of like when you're on the fucking wagon thing when you're first starting
Yeah,
out, and then
yeah.
she disappears for like
she was
an
gone till-
entire storyline, so you get to the end of Coil, and you're like, what?
Oh, hi, Alice.
And then she's gone again until the end of Heaven's Ward.
Did anyone else have that moment at the beginning of Coil where you're like, oh, you're a character? That's right.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
a little bit. All right. So now we see the Femro and
Real Yida.
and
And she also has a femoral build that her face is all here.
And another kind of interesting note about this character also has a sword and a shield. Although I think that this is the alternate Red Mage job trainer, and this is for the Hot Topic Red Mages. So Juxta, this is your trainer.
Well,
No, she has a shield. She would be a
No,
That's a buckler, first of all.
I'm talking about that sweet war paint underneath her eyes and the dumb streaks in her hair. That's what I'm talking about, you fucking Hot Topic mage.
Screw you. How about that?
Wow.
This is clearly
Great comeback.
real Yida.
Why would you say that?
Because Lise fights her in this
They
cutscene.
they put an
Oh my
awfully
God.
big focus on Lise fighting her twice in this trailer.
Yeah, clearly Fordola is actually Ida.
Yeah, that's right.
Clearly.
She could be related to Ida somehow.
Distant
being her
relatives.
sister.
Or related to Lise, rather.
I don't know. I think she is kind of what they made her out to be.
I mean,
she is a character who was promised the world.
Her backstory said she was born after Imperials occupied Alameda.
Right. She's been promised to...
Look at that sword kick.
Yeah. No, she's been promised
It
education,
says education, training, citizenship in exchange for her service.
and everyone hates her.
Yashtola! So awesome. You know what? I'm actually really looking forward to the fight scenes because that's something that from patch to patch has consistently gotten better, and I think that they're really going to kick that up a notch.
Here we go with the goddamn shit in the other continent.
Here we go.
Hey, here's your ramen bowl, Juxta.
Yay!
Cup noodle.
Maybe there's
great.
pepperoni pizza in it.
Make sure you always slip it or slurp it really nice so they know that it's
That you like
that
it.
you like it.
You're not even remotely interested in this city because I mean it's at least something different. It's at least something that you don't.
Yeah, it's dumb looking.
It's different
we've
from
had that
every
before.
other city.
Yeah.
And it's not like the most indefensible, like
that's true.
from like a
Very defensible.
strategic position. Yeah, I feel like it's a
Okay,
pretty
it's just like one explosion away from just tumbling away. That's a terrible idea.
no.
Look at it. They had to hold it up with freaking string.
What was your opinion on Thunder Bluff?
Well, at least that was structurally solid.
Was it?
I mean,
There was a lot of pretty thin rocks holding that thing up.
No. I mean, more rocks than this thing has.
If you take out the strings on one side, that just tips over.
yeah.
Good stiff wind comes by and knocks it over.
Pretty sure that's not exactly how that works, but okay.
Physics.
Yeah, we're going to take our physics advice from Robbie.
I mean,
this
I
is
think
terrible.
Also, I
I
think we
hate
can-
their costumes.
I
The
think we
color choice is terrible here.
what
It's
the
all grayed out. How can you tell?
The manila yellow. Maybe it's a bit more vibrant in person.
Yeah, well, all these scenes look like they're kind of grayed out, don't they?
no, I mean
That better
you're
not be
right.
what the actual color palette is.
Yeah. I'm gonna hazard a guess that it is. But I mean, even the design of the gear is
Maybe the Aura are just colorblind.
boring.
Because of those like little glowy eye things they have.
But like, what is this influenced by? Like, what are these
Yeah, I mean, the hat alone, that's something we already have.
goofy as shit? I'm not into it.
The original Monk AF was also yellow, so maybe that's just part of Alamigo.
Here we go. We get more of a shot here of it. I think it just looks dumb. I think it looks terrible.
Yeah.
That is not good.
That's the Thavnarian cap for men.
Now here, I'm going to back this up real quick, just very briefly to this aura. The Jon Snow looking coat that he's wearing is actually pretty cool. I'm actually kind of into that.
You know nothing.
Duh. Great. Nice job with the most obvious joke. Oops. I lost my place. Damn it. Look what you did. You dickweed.
It's all
I feel good about it too.
It is Ascalia's fault. Now I have no idea where we were. There we are. All right. I think this is close to where we were. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Jon Snow.
Which we can we all
here's-
agree that
Oh, there's
this,
creepy old aura.
can we all agree that this creepy aura is Yida?
Oh my god.
I fucking think that this is the creepiest character model of them all. And I think
And not from a racist viewpoint like Nika.
I think it has to do with the dead doll eyes that
I think it's also because she looks really short in Aura. I mean, I guess Aura girls are kind of short in general, but I always pictured Aura as more of a.
She's also old. When you get old, you shrink.
And she's sitting down.
kill it with fire.
It looks like Valkyria.
Whoa!
Damn.
All right.
See, I've
I'm
always.
not
thought
sure
Aura-
where that came
Juxta,
from.
we've talked before about
eyes.
having to have a certain amount of contempt for your audience. That generally doesn't mean you specific out people and say unnecessary things.
We call out Ryuichi for being a bad all the time.
But he is a bad.
And he stopped listening to the show.
And Valkyria.
Is not old.
I'm just terrified by that character model.
All Auras and their creepy doll eyes freak me out, though.
Hey, what was that summon thing going on there?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's it. See, like, there's also, I feel like with these different aura clans that, like,
They'll have
It's a ritual of sorts. She has to
Yeah.
burn,
No.
like a dead person's ashes.
Yeah,
right.
No, but like,
and then there's
does
a
that-
summoning.
That
yeah,
looks
you're
like
right.
an FF11 summon.
You're right.
That's what that
Whoa.
looks like.
What the fuck?
That's a
I-
Final Fantasy 11 summon.
I hope
Yeah,
the
it is.
Doman summoners can actually summon.
They're summoning
real
Tanaka.
summons.
That is an FF11 summon animation. All it's missing is Titan walking out of it.
There she is again. She's gonna haunt you in your
I know.
sleep.
It really is the stuff of nightmares. You're right. That looks an awful lot like the FF11 summon animation.
Yeah,
Right.
it does.
Is there anything?
Summoner confirmed.
Is there any?
Oh.
I don't think that there's any. I don't see anything
in
coming
it.
out of the ground except for the stupid fucking Rogadin's head
Well-
in the scene change.
Okay, that's not a Rogan, and that would be a Highlander.
Whatever. It looks
Yeah.
like a fucking Rogadin skull.
Yeah, I don't see anything coming out of it, but that is straight up FF11 summon animation.
Well, they're obviously not going to show us what it is. That's spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, if they had actually like put like a real summon in there, everyone would have lost their mind.
Yeah.
They probably should have and made us lose our mind. But, you know.
That would have been exciting. This whole episode would have had a different theme.
It
Nah,
would have.
probably not.
Very, very much so. So yeah, we saw that. That scene's obviously some sort of echoized scene.
Here they are having another. Let's all come together and be friends.
What does that say on the wall?
I don't know.
You're ahead of us. We stopped.
Send nudes.
Kumbaya, Eorzea.
Oh, well, I
was only like 5 seconds ahead of where you were.
I want to point out that everyone that we have around the campfire here, like obviously we've got Lise, but we've also got this
aura
this
chick.
aura
There's
character.
Ida. And Ida.
Ida.
And Ida. Oh my God, they're all there.
The dude in the back, we saw him where we saw the Jon Snow looking guy. He
Right.
was there. He was like an attendant there or something like that.
Well, but and I think one of the points that we made on previous shows is that, I think it would be nice to do the entirety of the Al Amigo storyline before we end up going to the other continent.
So it's not split all over the place.
But here we go. We've got Lise involved with whatever is going on Authored. So, I think that that's a pretty clear indication that no, it's not going to be divided like that. That, it's going to be happening in conjunction with one another.
You know who I haven't seen over here though is Alphino. Have you seen him in any of the Kugane stuff?
I don't think I've seen him in any of the stuff.
He was at the beginning, but that was only because it was 3.56
Yeah, when they were walking
cutscenes.
in.
Are you sure that
He was around with Alize in the underwater
Alize was
part.
in that group. Alpha Node wasn't.
Was he?
Yeah, are you sure that wasn't Alize?
I think that was Alice.
No, it was Alice.
unless I see
Alpha Noah was there too.
unless I see both of them there together, I'm never really sure which
But
one
now
of them
they have
I'm
completely
looking at.
different colored outfits. Alpha Node's still blue. Alice is like tan.
You know
the
what?
best gift Tataru has ever given us.
You know what, Nika? Stop making complete and utter fucking sense. Okay?
Who do you
damn it.
think
you
you
guys
are?
were not. You guys are actually ahead of me, and apparently that says liberty or death, and it is speculated that's Ida and Lisa's father, that other Highlander.
Oh yeah, it's a like a couple seconds ago where it was on the wall that said it Liberty or Death. Wow, hey, Rurouni Kenshin's in the game. There he is.
That's Mitsurugi.
No, it's Batosai the Manslayer. He's going to use his reverse blade sword.
Now, I'm actually very curious where this scene is happening, because one of the very first pieces of FF14 art that there ever was, back when it was still codenamed Rapture, there was a structure that looked very much like this that one of the pre-alpha footage pieces took place in.
Really?
Yes, one of the very first pieces of art had this kind of like glass domed area that had a aetheryte in the middle of it, and there was this very distinct bridge like we see right here that was attached to that city or landman, or the building, whatever it was. And some people have speculated for a long time that it had something to do with Alamigo and that we just hadn't gotten there yet. And I'm going to be very curious to see if that actually ends up paying off, or if that's just a piece of art that is dead and we'll never end up actually seeing something that resembles that. But this bridge looks very, very similar to that very, very early FF14 art.
I just like that whole structure in general. That bridge to this really high plateau looking thing coming out
What
of
would
the
even
water.
be up there?
Yeah, like what is on top of there? Is there a base up there? It seems like you could
castle.
burn the bridge down and then they'd be screwed.
Those things
Government building.
in the air. Are those airships, or is that some type of creature?
That's an airship. That's a Garlean airship.
One of those
If you
Garlean
let it play, I
dreadnoughts.
think it flies really definitely like a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. We get to see what's our nuts again.
Yotsuya.
Whatever.
Yotsuyu.
Whatever. It was close.
You mean Ida?
Ida, yeah. Ida.
There's Alpha now.
There we go. All right.
Boom.
That gave me half.
She was mad.
Yeah.
I don't know what she was
She hates
pissed
all
about.
omens.
She does. Ow.
It's kind of hot.
I like her
Hello.
already. Right?
It's kind of hot. I'm not going to lie.
New fave character.
I'm not going to lie.
Can you get a panty shot out of that?
Oh, God.
I mean,
Asking for a friend.
I was going to say, look, if you're going to go weeb, you need to go full weeb and give us the panty shots too.
that's right. At least give us...
What?
Don't half-ass it. Don't half-ass it. You
Don't
whole
half panty it.
You whole-ass this thing, Square Enix.
That's right. If we want fan service, God damn it, give us fan service. All right. There's another confrontation between this. It looks like, what was that? Lise and
Lisa and Fordola.
I don't even know her. What is her name?
Fordola.
Fordola.
That sounds like
It's like a fedora, but using like a car.
No, it's the Ford Ola, yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say it sounds like the cheapest piece of shit Ford car.
That was my first car I ever owned, was a 1993
Or-
Ford Ola.
It's where you keep all your granola bars in
Weird-
your Ford.
Weirdly, it was a four-door Ford Ola.
Four-door Fordola with granola.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever
It's
talked
where
about.
Fordola keeps her granolas in her four-door Fordola.
In a fedora.
While wearing a fedora. She's fedorable.
Oh, my God.
All right. So, kind of one of the twins there, and yeah, there's a second confrontation.
Look at that block by Yugiri.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So Yugiri actually seeing just a little bit of action here going up against.
I mean, I'm sure we'll see a lot more action with her, but dang.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a pretty important character in this story.
well, coming to direct blows with Xenos, I think that's pretty interesting.
yes.
So, and also we see that Xenos has the ability to magify or electrify his blades somehow.
You know, that could actually explain, this fight could explain why we see Lise in Kugane areas. If we defeat him in Alamigo and he has to retreat back into Kugane,
Okay.
then we have to, and like she comes to chase him down and finish him
Possible.
off.
It's possible.
Could be.
Continue on and get this big Big old blast here.
And who saved who there? Was that?
That was Alfino saving Alice,
Okay,
I think.
Because Alize loses all like sense of like area because she becomes a red mage and a DPS.
Fair.
She had to stand on her ley lines.
So
red lines.
So I mean, like, what is going on here? Where we've got Gosetsu, who's just
Giving up.
kind of just sort of sitting down, and
And then you see a bunch of people coming out.
you've
of
got these
someplace.
flying things too. Like I don't.
Look, oh, is that a body?
There was a body on the other side of that.
So either someone died or maybe he just defeated someone.
It could be.
Yeah, my guess is he's doing like that whole like sit and wait thing, and then when they get close, he.
He becomes an epic badass.
I don't know. The fact that there's a body there makes me think like,
he's surrendering.
or maybe. No, I don't, because we don't see anything else around. And yes, those people running out of the thing, we don't know that's related to this scene. What this makes me think
Yeah, we do, because they're.
Yeah, you can see his body.
Yeah,
you can see
okay,
Gosetsu
okay.
still sitting there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's surrendering because if you're a samurai, aren't you supposed to yourself instead?
It
Well,
looked like
but
he
no,
maybe-
but hang on. These are not.
This is not actually Japan. This is Doma.
Hang on, but these don't look like guards either. I mean,
No, yeah, look at that chick. She's wearing like a level 1 armor.
yeah, there's nothing that says that, you know.
They're
there's
all
a guy.
civilians. Look, they're like farmers.
Yes,
They have
there's a guy.
pitchforks and like definitely like farmer
Yep.
like civilian clothes.
Yep.
They're civilians.
The only
This
one.
is a revolt. Yeah.
The only one who's carrying an actual weapon is the bow and arrow. The other one, everyone else
and
is a
even
farmer.
still, she's wearing very simple like civilian clothes.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what's going on.
Yeah,
here.
what's up with the rebellion?
Yeah. We see
Mitsurugi.
that's Rugi. That's as good as a name for him as any.
Got some naval
And then,
combat.
it looks like the ship. We've speculated why. What exactly is going on with these barriers, and what are they keeping out or in? And here we get a ship of some kind firing on these barriers. Interesting. And here this is also really interesting because this looks like it was once a temple that has now become submerged.
Yeah, where is that? Have we seen that yet?
Not with any detail.
Yeah,
no.
wow.
But this is definitely a destroyed city.
Yeah.
That has been overtaken by water, especially in this bowl, like in this circle portion. I don't know about what exists over here or not, but in this, I mean, this is definitely, like, you can see the center of it. That would have been the central structure. You can even see a gigantic hole kind of blown in it right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. I wonder what that might be. I'm loving all the aerial combat in this.
That
by the
looks
way.
like maybe original Alamegan architecture.
Oh,
It does, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. See, but I would have thought almost certainly that this is authored right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been seeing all of this authored related stuff, and it even showed like Mitsurugi and stuff, and then suddenly we're back to showing Alamegan stuff that we haven't seen since the beginning of the video.
Yeah, it's weird, but she's not wrong either. It does look Alamegan.
It looks like it would be like a temple or shrine to the monks or something like that.
I mean, it looks like it could be a variety of things. It does look very Eastern, and we don't know what Alamegan architecture necessarily looked like. We know we could guess from earlier in the video if that was Alamigo, right? Like, let's say that was Alamigo, and that it has had Garlean influence now for I forget
20 years.
Yeah. So like, there has to be some kind of changes. This seems far more Eastern. This
I
seems
agree.
distinctly Eastern.
Chad is definitely agreeing. It looks like authored, and
It's possible, but you don't think that maybe there were some parts of Alamigo, especially if this is like the temple of Ralgr, that they would leave as an example and be like, this is what happened to your factions. If this is what will happen again.
No, I think that element will be there as a part of Alamigo. I just don't think that this is
That
Alamigo.
this is it.
Yeah.
Cybernetic Bird says those are Al-Ra riding the Hawks, and that long rail-looking thing in the background is from authored area they showed before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I wonder what the significance of this structure is.
I want to know
That's
what
a big gun.
I want to know what this big cannon is.
It's a hand cannon.
You know, it's been a while since we've talked about this idea that they have some type of super weapon that they have on hand.
I think that lends that theory a little bit of credibility.
And actually, that tower in the back, is that the same tower that we saw on the other side of Baelsar's wall in the data mined zone?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not, no. But it is similar, and to me that says that's much more indicative of the way that Garleans designed things, because this is actually, that's pretty similar to any of the castrums. So I'm gonna hazard a guess that this is maybe a much more long-standing Garlean facility. But
Mekokin.
yeah, but
You non-canon.
I hope I get to bitch slap Nika off the top of that.
but
You're on.
I don't know. I'm gonna be very curious to see, like, if this is even gonna be a thing. Like, are we gonna be able to fly onto the top of this thing? You know, like,
Go
and
in the barrel and hang out.
But if we do, like, doesn't that take a lot of the threat away from it? Right? Like,
Yeah.
if you can take dumb screenshots on top of it,
Yeah, if
there's
you're
not much of a threat there.
There's nothing threatening that you can do the Manderville on top of.
Right. That's a good point. So yeah, I'm kind of curious where that's going to end up being.
Hi, Thancred.
What's up, Tancred?
Just for a second, though.
We see those airships that we saw a lot in 1.0.
Yeah. Wonder if we're
Isn't that
going to...
weird how they're coming back to that style of airship
There was
now?
Pippin, too.
You know, and another thing about...
Pippin.
I mean, those airships did play a much more significant role in 1.0 because that's... You attempted to steal one for the Alamegan Resistance.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Oh, you failed though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all, actually.
Yep. I remember that.
Lots of war going on here.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably going to be a lot of war. Well, aren't those out of FF7?
Now, where do you think this is taking place? Because... I mean, either...
I think we're back in Alamigo.
You think we're back to Alamigo for these?
It looks like those town zones that, again, we saw in the data mined zone video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It does,
It's the Hamlet.
I don't know. I mean, there's... Oh, no. This might be that bridge. That bridge that's going across the chasm. So, I mean, that's a lot of steps.
Maybe.
It's just a lot of freaking steps in there.
What if we have to do a new Steps of
I don't
Faith?
know, dude. Look at this, though. Hang on. No.
Oh,
What is
wow.
that? This is there's a big structure back there. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, where the hell are we?
Is this Alamigo proper? This may be Alamigo proper.
Back into the actual city
Those
of
are-
Alamigo.
What are the flags?
Those flags are Garlean, right?
No. That's not
No.
that's not a Garlean symbol unless Xenos has his
I
own
was
signal.
gonna say, is it possible that the different
sigil,
legions have different
The
symbols?
Black Wolf had his
No,
own
I was gonna
sigil,
say it
didn't he?
looks like a griffin too.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe that's the Legion symbol for Xenos' Legion.
Or it's the griffins.
You know how I'd like this expansion to end? That would be complete like what we thought, because we're all like, oh yeah, we'll definitely have Alamigo by the end of the expansion.
Okay, the chat's saying it's the Alamigos crest.
I hope that at the end of, what is ostensibly 4.0, we think we're gearing up for a war and they end up attacking us. And 4.0 ends with us being like, oh shit.
Well, hang on. Okay, so if these are Alamegan flags, what the fuck does Alamigo still hold in...
No, I think this is their
Yeah.
as we're now rushing and taking and fighting back.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's just probably is Alamigo proper, and they still just have the flag.
Why? No.
Garlemald will let them keep any of the original shit? No way.
If Garlemald is occupying, we even saw that earlier in the trailer, how many, again, going off the theory that was Alamigo as well, then we know that, one of their big deals is flags.
Yeah.
They like their flags a lot.
Tara posted in the chat the link for the pre-order Alamigan earring has that bird
Yeah,
symbol.
so if they're leaving this up, this makes me think that this is Ralgar's Reach, maybe, because they would still have flags up there.
No,
It could be an Echo flashback.
hang on.
Ralgar's Reach is like an open area of
flashbacks.
grass field.
Yeah, Ralgar's Reach is like whatever this is a large structure. This is a very well established structure. I would hazard to guess that it's Alamigo proper, but what is confusing is why do they have the flags and not the fucking Garlean flag?
Flashback, I think, is probably...
because
maybe
Garleans
that's
are blowing it up.
that could be.
Maybe
Yeah.
this is to the
I thought
original invasion.
Didn't they take Alamigo without firing a shot?
You know what?
They
You're right.
did.
Fuck, you're right.
So maybe this is the battle of us taking Alamigo back.
But why are the flags up?
Because this is the first part that we've came in. The whole entire like Griffin Rebellion is like, hey, we're going to replace this part with our flags to show that we
In the middle of the fight, we're putting
yes,
flags
in the middle
up.
of the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know.
Because you're right. It's a huge place that has to be under Griffin control.
Yeah. It's either that there is an official holdout, right? Like there's
And it's big.
yeah, and it's substantial, or but I don't see that though. Like, why would the Garlean Empire even allow that to stand? Mm-hmm. Or we've ejected the Garleans and they're trying to take it back. That's the only other thing that I could think. Yeah. I mean, the context seems weird. And here we go. We get another, slow shot of Xenos.
Ida.
Yeah, right.
Everyone is Ida. It's the rule.
Everyone is Ida until proven otherwise.
I like it.
Yeah. Innocent until proven Ida.
I like it a lot.
I mean, Ida until proven not.
No.
And again, we're seeing cannon fire from, again, this does look like the bridge, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if we look at it from this perspective, right? Like, this is the area up here where the benchmark battle was taking place.
The sort of canyon-looking area, yeah.
Right? Like, you had the Red Mage who, like, entered from over here, right? Mm-hmm. And then you had the battle that started to come onto the bridge. Then you've got the bridge,
Looks
right?
like a penis.
Stop it. You're being incredibly disruptive. And then you've got the bridge, right? And now we're seeing it from a very, like, sort of head-on perspective.
Guys, someone in the chat saying, this comes from Coralina, says, and I think they're posing the idea that what if it wasn't taken without a shot? That was just a rumor that was spread, because the idea that Alamigo was taken like that would demoralize a lot of people looking to help or to fight back.
Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to suspend disbelief enough for that. Yeah.
So that very well could have been a flashback where we learn that, you know what? No, Alamigo was not taken so peacefully, that people
it was a massacre, in fact.
That even though there wasn't still an established, like, government and regime or anything in Alamigo, the people were still strong, but they're not going to tell us that.
Boy, I think that would be...
It does make sense. Like, it may have been chaos, but you're still not going to let Garlemald just waltz in.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like,
I think that would be
those guys.
I think that would be incredibly compelling.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, a lot to dissect in the Revolutions video.
Revelations.
Shut up.
No.
There's a lot of revelations in the Revolutions videos.
There you go.
Oh, also, I like what Oshi's saying, that maybe it was a flashback to when they were ousting the Mad King and it wasn't Garlemald attacking, that was their civil war.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be good.
Okay. Interesting.
Fucking more Mad Kings. Damn it.
I was like, yeah, well, why do I keep getting Game of Thrones references here?
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go to our phone.